Sword Fights on the Heights. I played it, chances are you've probably played it. If you haven't, then I'm really sorry for you. Welcome everyone to episode number 4 of Roblox Discussions. You know, let's do that intro all over. I got a fun, quirky idea, but let's spice things up a little bit, bring a little bit more excitement to the table. Sword Fights on the Heights 4. Amazing game. I played it for many's. You've probably played it. Welcome to episode number 4 of Headphone Warning of Roblox Discussions. Listen, guys, I'm sorry for doing that to you, but I just felt like I should excite things a little bit. Sorry if you're wearing headphones. So anyways, yeah. Alright, now, Sword Fights on the Heights original, it only has the classic linked sword, but Sword Fights on the Heights 4, which for whatever reason is more dead than the first one despite it having way more content, has a bunch of swords in it. A bunch of swords and different items. You got... I'll name off the ones I remember. I might miss an item, but I feel like as a Sfoth fan I should remember them all by heart. We got the... Sorry, I dropped a wood screw. We got the linked sword, Illumina, Ghost Walker, Venom Shank, which nobody cares about, Ice Dagger, Firebrand, Wind Force, Dark Heart, Touchstone. I probably said Shadow Sphere already, but Shadow Sphere, Health Kit. There used to be a Rocket Boots, but those broke and they were removed. And I probably forgot something, but if I did, it probably was too obscure for me to remember. Now, each of these swords does their own unique thing. The Firebrand is a good way to counter the Ice Dagger, because god do noobs still use that thing. And it's also a really long sword, which makes sword fighting heckin' fun. And I use it a lot, and I feel like you should all use it too. And then there's the Illumina, which is Shedlesky's personal favorite because it allows you to lunge at people and jump really high when you slash down with it. It's fun. It's a fun sword, but people abused it when they used the Illumina and the Ghost Walker together so they can, like, technically fly. God, those people. I've done it before, though, so I guess I can't really say too much about those types of people because I once was that kind of person. But personally, I like to use the Illumina and the Firebrand. Those are my two, you know, I purchased those with Robux because I love them so much. I keep those together at all times. Now, if you use the the Venom Shank, I'm getting those two. Listen, it's been a long night, bear with me. The Venom Shank, stop using it if you use it, please. You can keep using it if you want, but please stop it. Listen, I know sometimes it's hard to get kills, and the Venom Shank, you literally just slash down once and people just instantly fall over and die. But you gotta admit, it's kind of a terrible way to kill someone in the game, and it's kind of cheap. You should never do it. It's kind of like using the Venom Shank plus the Shadow Sphere. You monster! Why are you doing that? Yeah, stop it. Alright, so I think I've covered enough for swords. On to the next section. Different ways of sword fighting. Now, I will admit, I've used shift lock in the past, but I since broke that habit, so I can talk bad about these people all I want, because unlike them, I broke my terrible habits. Trust me, you will get good at sword fighting if you stop it, like, immediately, too. It's not a good way to sword fight, it's kind of just like the coward's way of sword fighting, if you will, because you can swipe faster, you look ridiculous while you do it, too. But try not to harass people when they use first person or shift lock, they'll break that habit eventually. Now, unfortunately though, because the games aren't updated anymore, neither Sword Fights on the Heights 4 or the first one, their player counts have dwindled. Now, Like I said, if you've watched my older videos, you'll know that if you paid attention to the kill count, you'll know that the player list is very full. There's a lot of people. This was at a time when even the game was considered dead, it still had a good chunk of people in it. Same with Sword Fights Classic, which had an astounding over 100 players in it. But yeah, unfortunately, they've just kind of died. They don't get updated, they're not advertised, and the sword fighting vibes kind of died out. As occasionally Sword Fights on the Heights 4 will have players in it, but it's usually either only consisting of 10 to 12 people in it, or it's just 0 people on at all. And Sword Fights Classic usually only has like 50 to 40 people on, and usually people aren't even sword fighting. They're just either staring off in the void or avoiding all contact with you for whatever reason. Either they're intimidated by you, and either than that, or they're just, the games are broken or heavily exploited, and because of that, these games have just perished. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'm sorry if this video seemed a little unhinged. This is like the 100th time trying to film today. I had to move my microphone because the ceiling fan was disturbing it. Even though I got that whole situation fixed out, it was still messing with it, so I had to move it. And then my cat attacking the door. A bunch of noise. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'll see you all next time when I make another video. This has been Vivid, and sayonara.